Of 10th Saraswati Vidya Mandir, we in the last segment of first chapter development, we after discuss the whole concept of development chapter, what is development, what are the difference between development and growth, what is the goals of peoples, different people, why different peoples have their different goals, and what is the human development index, how there must be a comparison between a state and different countries regarding development. Something became clear in front of us that national development is positively associated with per capita income or GDP of that nation. GDP, gross domestic product, once again the total monetary value of goods and services which is produced by different sectors of an economy within one financial year. And when we divide GDP through by population, we get per capita income or productivity. How productivity equal to income, it's all defined in previous video, that VMPL theory, value of marginal productivity theory. So national development, GDP or per capita income. Now the second point, which is already clear, that how we make a comparison of different state or countries on the basis of per capita income. As it is clear that per capita income के आधार पर जो हम कंपैरिजन करते हैं, तो क्यों करते हैं, why we going to compare different state or countries on the basis of per capita income? Because per capita income decide the life standard of a people or a country, and life standard, people's life standard, the aggregate way in which a person live their life, what facility of health they avail, what quality education they avail, what they eat, what's the cloth they wear. So per capita income decide the life standard of a people, and the life standard of a people is known as human development. If our life standard is much higher, then we assume our human development. Now the next topic is income and other criteria. What should be the other criteria for measuring development? Because sometime only per capita income became false, because per capita income, फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसा कि हमने पहले भी कहा था कि भारत में अगर हम पर कैपिटा इनकम की बात करते हैं तो लगभग 94,000 रुपीज़ पर कैपिटा इनकम है ईयरली, वन ईयर. लेकिन दूसरी तरफ योजना आयोग, प्लानिंग कमीशन का ये स्टेटमेंट है कि भारत में 36% पॉपुलेशन जो है वो 9 रुपये रोज पर गुजारा करती है. दैट इज डिस्ट्रिक्ट डाटाज विच इज गिवन बाय आवर ओन इंस्टीट्यूशन. So it is clear that per capita income is the right indicator of welfare or human development. I personally felt that, or most of economics were personally felt that no, it will never be possible that per capita income become because per capita income is a numeric fact, which is get by the division of GDP, but because GDP is not uniformly distributed among countries, so per capita income never become a right indicator of welfare or human development. Thus, we have to be consider other criteria which can be measured for development. Other criteria for low income nation. As we know that the country like India, whether per capita income is still very low in comparison of United States or other developed countries. Low income nation. So what should be the role of government to enhance the life standard of general peoples? In this thing, we can state that for low income nation, the role of public facility or government, that should be enhance the public facilities like public transportation, public electricity, public hospitals, public education institution. Because why? Because if a country's persons remain their per capita income very low, even those low per capita income they can avail a good quality of life or life standard, and the human beings came in Human Development Index, because most of a smaller country, a lot of a smaller country, rather than India, their Human Development Index is more higher than our country. Like Sri Lanka health indicator is very good from us. Bangladesh health indicator is very good in comparison of Indian economy. The concept of large स्केल प्रोडक्शन, लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है कि अगर हम पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन होता है, पब्लिक फैसिलिटीज होती है, पब्लिक एजुकेशन होता है, तो लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन होता है. तो लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन का यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस पब्लिक फैसिलिटी रोल टू एनहांस द ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट थ्रू दिस ग्राफ. दैट इज एवरेज कॉस्ट कर, औसत लागत वक्र है ये. एंड व्हेन वी produce little bit for at individual basis, our cost is high for a single, our यहाँ पे units of production, our cost is high, and while we produce at a large amount for a large mass population, then the per unit cost is going to be decrease. per unit cost घटेगा. जैसा कि ये सेम ऐसा ही है कि अगर एक आदमी का खाना बनाओ तो आपको 100 रुपये प्लेट पड़ेगा, और अगर आप 100 आदमी का खाना बनाते हैं तो आपको 10 रुपये प्लेट पड़ेगा. तो ऐसी कंट्री में, फॉर दोज कंट्रीज हुज पर कैपिटा इनकम इज रिमेन लो बट स्टिल दे विलिंग टू डेवलप देयर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एंड better human development indicators, in that situation the role of public sector is very crucial role. And no doubt I can state that in those economies public sector facilities plays a pivot role to enhance the human development, to enhance the life standard of the peoples. Large scale production per unit minimum cost which increase human welfare and human development. So in this term, what should be the other criteria? If we willing to enhance our other criteria in this type of nation for proper development of the economy like India, Indian government must get due attention on public facilities to enhance public facilities to the lower and poor sections of the society for enhance their life standard and make them in human development index indicator. Other criteria is social harmony. Apart from everything, the social harmony is another important criteria to measure development. That nation कहता है कि अगर सब कुछ खाना पीना कम भी हो लेकिन अगर शांति हो तो वो बहुत बड़ी चीज है. तो सोशल हार्मोनी, भारत जैसे देश के लिए ये सोशल हार्मोनी और भी इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है, बिकॉज वेरियस रिलीजन पीपल्स वर लिव टुगेदर हियर एंड दे हैव टू बी प्रिवेंट देयर सेल्व्स फ्रॉम any social crash and remain or maintain social harmony. Another criteria may be pollution-free environment. That is good to enhance not only life quality but also the life standard and mentality. Everything. Pollution-free environment is maybe another criteria. This is a high-fi criteria which followed by developed nation. But still, for developing country India now, after the Corona event, it became most important that every country going to be give due attention on pollution, social harmony and everything. Now the last topic of development chapter is sustainable development. Nowadays sustainable development became a sustainable science, because जिस रफ्तार से ये दुनिया सभी चीज़ों का, हमारे खानों का, खनिज पदार्थों का, सोलर सिस्टम, एवरीथिंग, जिस तरह से हमने जल स्रोतों का, मिट्टी का, जंगलों का जिस तरह से हमने यूज किया है, उस तरह से देयर आर ह्यूज डिग्रेडेशन एंड फास्ट डिग्रेडेशन ऑल ओवर द इन्वायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन वी सिम्स टू बी इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. एंड ग्लोबल वार्मिंग जैसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें आ रही है. अब तो कोरोना भी आ गया है. तो in this scenario, once again the sustainable development science became most important. What is sustainable development? Sustainable development, adoption of that process of development which is eco-friendly on the one hand, and on the other hand it also can be maintained in future for future generation. Thus sustainable development is most important topic of this chapter at last. Sustainable development, because we all peoples of the world have to be moved towards sustainable development, developmental process approach, because the way in which we're going to be developed nowadays, that is no longer to sustain. So we have to be divert our ways for better development and future development on a sustainable development. Sustainable development में हमको जैसे एनर्जी के लिए हमको सोलर एनर्जी पे, विंड एनर्जी पे, थर्मो हाइड्रोजन एनर्जी पर, इन सब पे डिपेंड होना पड़ेगा. खेती के लिए हमें अलग खेती के लिए सी फूड्स पे scared day to day. Another thing, we have to be find new energy sources, and everything in every field we have to be find new ways. So in this way that chapter going to be in. If any question, please ask on WhatsApp, which is given by various teacher on your WhatsApp group. Thank you.